He was a Trandoshan bounty hunter.
Hey, Bossk, who's your girlfriend?
Shut up, Dengar.
So what is Bossk's story? The Kagrazaz presents Star Wars Lore Episode 85, Bossk. The son of the Bounty Hunters Guild leader was born on Trandoshan. Bossk did have brothers and sisters until he ate them, all whilst they were unhatched. Saves buying Christmas presents, I suppose. Let's act delighted his father. What a guy. It was tradition for Trandoshans to hunt Wookiees, a sport no other race dared to do due to the dangers involved. Bossk gained quite the reputation whilst hunting the species, and soon began accepting non-Wookiee bounties. He soon became one of the most feared bounty hunters in the galaxy. Later, Bossk helped Aurra Sing, Kitas, and the young Lucky, otherwise known as Boba Fett, try to avenge Jango Fett, who was beheaded by Mace Windu. One attempt to assassinate the Jedi Master saw Boba destroy the reactor core of the Venator-class Star Destroyer Endurance. The ship crashed on Vancor, but Windu did not die on impact. The four then planted a bomb inside a Mandalorian helmet on the bridge of the downed Endurance. Mace Windu and fellow Jedi Anakin Skywalker were searching for survivors when they were tricked by the helmet. The Jedi were trapped by debris and had the bounty hunters looking for them. Fortunately for the two, Fett and company gave up on their task when they saw Windu's starship exit the planet. They never knew it was actually being flown by R2-D2. The bounty hunters took two prisoners from Endurance's survivors with them to Florum. There, they went to speak to Hondo Ohnaka, the space pirate. Unfortunately, Jedi Padawan Ahsoka Tano showed up to rescue the Republic hostages. Her arrival ultimately saw Fett and Bossk taken as Republic prisoners. In Coruscant's Republic Judiciary Central Detention Center, the Trandoshan adopted the role of Boba's bodyguard. He protected the youngster well and even helped him escape the prison. Moving into the reign of the Galactic Empire, Bossk continued to work as a bounty hunter, doing jobs such as eliminating high-profile rebels for the Empire. He was first in line to succeed his father as the leader of the Bounty Hunters Guild, so Bossk did what anyone else would naturally do: plotted to kill his father. So apparently killing your unhatched siblings isn't enough. Bosk's thirst for blood had him eyeing up his daddy too. Seriously, don't mess with Bossk. Honestly, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it.
I am Bossk, the bounty hunter.
Moving swiftly on, the Trandoshan did not like the way his father was running the guild and felt he would do a better job. Kratos was smart and tried to have his son killed, which nearly worked. Bossk then bribed Zuckuss, who tried to kill him, so to get him on his side. The bounty hunter then confronted his surprised father. Using Kratos' own weapon, Bossk violently murdered his father. Not uncharacteristically, he ate the former leader before a firefight broke out between guild members. Afterwards, the guild split in two, with Bossk leading the guild reform committee. This was made up of the younger bounty hunters, and they aimed to destroy the true guild. Around 0 ABY, Jabba the Hutt was tipped off that the wanted Luke Skywalker was on Tatooine. The slug gave Bossk the job, and he happily hunted down the Jedi. Luke was on Tatooine with Princess Leia, C-3PO, and R2-D2 for the funeral of Big Starklighter. Afterwards, Skywalker had a race against his friend Jackson. However, the bounty hunter had sabotaged the two bikes. After their vehicles exploded, Bossk gathered their unconscious bodies and held them as prisoners. Unfortunately, Luke was able to use his lightsaber to cut himself and Jackson free. The Jedi then cut Bosk's arm and leg off. The two then escaped, thinking the bounty hunter couldn't physically come after them. As Bossk was a reptile, he was able to regrow his dismembered limbs. He then tried to kill Skywalker in a Mos Eisley cantina, but he was outmatched by the Jedi and had to flee. Because of his failures, Jabba had the Trandoshan subdued and later thrown in his Rancor pit. Bossk did survive, however. When Darth Vader was on the hunt for the Millennium Falcon and its pilot, he hired 6 bounty hunters to do the finding. Bossk was one of them. He reluctantly teamed up with amateur bounty hunters Tinian La and Chin Lambek, as he believed they had knowledge of Solo's location. In addition, they had information on a Wookiee intelligence network that would allow Bossk to kill thousands of Wookiees if hacked. Whilst travelling, the two amateurs hacked the Houndstooth's computer, trapped Bossk in a meat locker, and took over the ship. They attacked an Imperial Wookiee prison and had them rebel against the prison guards. The two then used Bosk's ship to transport hundreds of slaves to the rebellion. Afterwards, the bounty hunters delivered Bossk to the Empire for his crimes. He was imprisoned, and one Imperial planned to skin the reptile and have him made into a dress for his wife. Luckily, Bossk escaped and soon after got the Houndstooth back. So if you ever watched The Empire Strikes Back and thought, what happened to the other bounty hunters? Well, Bossk was being schooled by amateurs. Bosk's retirement came a few years after the Battle of Endor, so the following is classed as non-canon. After hanging up his boots and hearing news of Chewbacca's death, he rubbed it in Solo's face. Han was not best pleased by this and so broke Bosk's snout. This soon brought about a fight, and the two were placed in arrest cells in the station on which they encountered. Han was allowed to leave shortly before the station was invaded. It was later destroyed, but it was not known if Bossk was killed. An escape pod did launch a little beforehand. To learn more about Bossk, such as his equipment and ship, click the link on screen or the one in the description. Now it's time for this week's question. Would you like to see Bossk appear in one of the upcoming Star Wars movies? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to vote for next week's episode by linking one of the 2 comments below, and for more Star Wars lore, keep locked here to the Kangaroos ads. There was no major news on Monday, so let's jump straight to Tuesday. The entire first season of Star Wars Rebels has been released on Blu-ray, so there's a chance to catch up before Season 2.
I am Bossk, the bounty hunter.